Action here on YouTube. Good morning. I'm Dr. Andre Pinesett, and today we're talking about the difference between motivation and what it does for you and what's actually going to get you to your goals and make your dreams a reality. So everybody get ready for this. And I'm going to teach you guys how to transform, y'all. You ready? But stop making excuses, stop whining, stop, right? Get at it. No excuses, just dominate. All right, guys. So like I said, I'm Dr. Andre Pinesett, and today we're talking about the difference between motivation and what you really want to do to reach your goals. Nikki, I'm glad you caught me live. I'll be live a lot more, guys. I know it's been a little inconsistent lately, but the reason is because I've been building so much amazing content for my courses and for my programs. If you guys have not gone over to the new website, studenttransformation.com, make sure you guys head over there. But today we're talking about the difference between motivation and what's actually going to get you your goals. And a lot of what I'm going to be doing now, guys, on this channel and on my social media is actually addressing you guys directly. So you guys can go over to my website, studenttransformation.com. You can leave me a voicemail, and I will actually be answering your guys' voicemails live in action on YouTube. So today we have not a question, a statement, a wise statement from one of my students, Kasim, who talked about, he put a nice a voicemail for me after one of my courses that he was going through, and one of the sections really hit home with him, and I want to share it with you guys. And so he says, motivation is a fallacy. Motivation does not make you smarter, it just gets you going. But if you get smarter and think of more quicker, better, stronger, and smarter ways to get going, then you don't need motivation and you have a system to get you in gear. And it's like the habit loop that Dr. Pinesett talks about. Dr. Pinesett teaches us to set ourselves up for success even before we start studying. This is the way. The growth mindset allows you to become smarter through consistent effort. And I thought this comment was really, really good. Good morning, Carlos. Good morning, DW. I thought this was a really, and it's early. So you guys must be East Coasters because this is early in the morning right now. But I thought this was a very important comment for some of you guys to hear. It's one of I have a lot of big frustrations with social media, but one of the big frustrations I have is that people confuse motivation with transformation. And I'm often confused. People call me a motivational speaker, and I'm like, no, I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm a transformational speaker. And the difference is subtle to most people, but it's a big difference in terms of the outcome you're going to get. In the sense that a motivational speaker or a motivational statement, that's just getting you juiced up and excited about your vision, about like, oh, I could be a doctor, I could be a great student. Transformation, which is what I do, is going beyond just getting you fired up about that vision, but then giving you step-by-step tools to reach that vision. And that's really what you guys want, right? You want to get to your vision, not be like, oh man, it looks so cool over there on that side of the fence. The cool kids, they're in the medical school, they're getting A's, that's cool. You want to be over there. You don't want to be looking over the fence at your neighbor who got a fat house and a nice pool. You want to have the fat house with a nice pool, am I right? Meryl, what is up? Meryl is dominating medical school right now, guys. Crushing it, top of her class. Very excited. Keisha, what up? On the East Coast. So, for you guys as students, I have to caution you against consuming too much empty motivational content. Mike, what up, man? And I say this because I see so many students wasting so much time with study with me videos. Study with me videos. So you have a person who's a real student and they're doing their real studying, and you're going to watch them study, and it's going to make you a better student. I'm trying to do the math on it, right? So if I'm an anesthesiologist, if I'm doing anesthesia and then you watch me do anesthesia on a video, you all of a sudden are capable of doing high level anesthesia. Is that how it works, like osmosis? Correct me, right? Like, is that how it works? So if you watch me do anesthesia, you're going to be confident to go in and execute and deliver a full anesthetic independently. Of course not. So why would you think study with me videos are going to make you a better student? They don't. You're just watching someone else do their job, live their dream that you want to live, but you're not actually living it, you're not actually doing it, you're not actually getting better. Right? I see so many people watching these day in the life videos. And it's great. because you're seeing the vision of what you want, and that's a great start. But how are you closer to living that life after you watch a day in the life video? Good morning, Junior. Brittany, what up? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? How are you closer to that dream because you watch someone else live that dream? How many of you guys go when you read motivational quote after motivational quote after motivational quote, and when you read it, it feels good for 5 minutes. You're motivated. You're ready to go. You're ready to seize the day. But then 5 minutes goes by, 10 minutes goes by, a half hour goes by. The homework assignment goes from easy to hard, right? You're not on page 1 of your reading when you had all that energy and pep. You're on page 20 now, and you're fading. What do you do in those moments? Because I can tell you right now, guys, as someone who's been through the process, as someone who helps other people get through the process, I just had another student accepted yesterday to a PA school. If you guys want to get to your goals, the easy part is starting. This is why motivation in itself, by itself, is a fallacy. Because getting started is the easiest part, right? We got New Year's coming up, right? It's almost January 1st. How many of you guys are going to have New Year's resolution to get to the gym, New Year's resolution to be something different, whatever it's going to be, right? I'm going to be better in my relationships, I'm going to be better in school, whatever it's going to be. You set these resolutions. Everybody sets a New Year's resolution. Everyone starts, right? Everyone, and they actually, it's funny, every year they show these statistics to people in the gym. You'll start seeing these on the fitness profiles, right? Is that the uptick in gym memberships and gym utilization in January, it's crazy. I don't go to the gym ever in January because it's way too packed, right? Or I'll go before the sun's up because that's when people aren't in there, right? Like this time of day. It's easy to get started. But the difference between the people who get to the destination and people who don't are the people who finish. Are the people who, when it gets tough, they have the mindset, they have the skill set, and they have the plan to actually overcome whatever obstacles and adversity and struggle comes their way. And they're confident in that, right? So for so many of you guys as students, how many of you guys, when it gets hard, do you shudder? Right? And I hear this all the time. Oh, I hate this subject. I hate that subject. Well, you hate that subject because that subject is not your baseline, right? It's not the level, the thing you're most comfortable with. So of course you hate it because it's harder than what the other subjects are. We always want to default to the easy. But how much better, how much more of a well-rounded candidate would you be if you figured those out? And I see this happen all the time in medical school. It's like, oh, well, my overall GPA is this, but my science GPA is this, and it was all because of name insert class, organic chemistry series, the physics series, the math series, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, guys, medical schools don't care if you don't like a class. Medical schools care about you executing in all of your classes. Are you a well-rounded, dominant student, or are you someone who, when something gets uncomfortable, which, right, where are my people at? Do you guys think medical school is uncomfortable? Comment in the box right now. Do you guys think medical school is uncomfortable? And I like that, Brittany. You have to find self-motivation and stop trying to obtain it from everyone else. Mike says, do what others won't do today so I can do what they can't tomorrow, right? Live that life today like they won't be willing to live so you can live a better life tomorrow. And I like that. Hannon says, it's super easy to start blaming professors and the subject for your own faults. And I love that. And one of the things I'm constantly stressing with my students, right? If you guys like what Hannah just said, like this video. I'm constantly stressing with my students, we have to take responsibility for our lives. We have to recognize our own contributions and our own faults that we create for our situations. And the reason that is so important and so powerful is because we can't change others. We can't change the classes that we have to take. We can't change the teachers that we have. All we can do is change what we're doing. So we have to be able to acknowledge that. We have to recognize that. And so I just encourage you guys to understand it's not about starting things. It's easy to start. It's easy to shout, I'm a pre-med. It's easy to shout, oh, I'm going to dominate college. It's easy to shout these things. The hard part comes, right? And this is where people fall off, right? What's the quote I like? go the extra mile because there's nobody there. It's not about starting. Everybody starts the marathon. We just had the big marathon out here in San Diego a couple weeks ago. Everyone starts the marathon. You don't get a ribbon for that. You get a ribbon for finishing and crossing the finish line. You got to cross that finish line. And so I just encourage you guys to start thinking about these things and ways that you can go beyond just being motivated to being effective, to being informed, to being efficient, to having a concrete plan, right? A hope is not a plan. Well, I'm going to get great grades, and then I'm going to do the research, and then I'm going to get in. That's a hope. Multiple hopes. But they're empty if we don't have a plan to execute. And we can't have a plan if we're not fully informed. And for you guys, right, being fully informed is the confidence you're looking for. And people often say that I'm too confident. But what you guys, some people fail to realize is that confidence is very motivating. To take it back to what I was saying about courses. When you're confident you can succeed in the class, how much more focused are you? How much more tuned in to doing the homework, to being effective in class are you when you are confident that you can do well in that subject? Right? You're always like, oh yeah, I'm so excited. I love this stuff. I'm going to do so great, right? Like, we love it. Stuff we're familiar with. So what if you had the ability to be confident all the time because you had systems in place that allowed you to succeed no matter what came your way? So you were almost able to predict the future that you're going to be successful. Oh, I'm going to be successful. Doesn't matter. I'm going to be successful. So then you could be confident. And if you're confident, you will have unlimited motivation because you can see a positive outcome at the end of that. Does everybody know what I'm saying here? You must translate and go from just having motivation and saying, I'm going to start strong. I'm going to get moving. I'm so energized, to asking yourself, how do I sustain energy, focus, and effectiveness? And the only way to do that, guys, is to be informed. And this is the difference. This is why so many of you guys feel motivated, but you never change. You never get where you want to go. You never get on the right track. You never feel that confidence because you don't have the tools, the skills, and the strategies to be effective. It's a big difference. It's a separator. It's why I always know my students are going to succeed. I can have complete confidence they're going to succeed because most people don't take the time to go beyond the headline, to go beyond the 5-minute video to get 5 hours, 50 hours of expert advice and consulting, and so they have a complete plan to get where they want to go. So make sure if your dream really matters to you, that you are thorough enough. And I said it, I think in a coaching session, was it like 2 weeks ago, Mike? A couple of weeks ago in a session, and I was like, it came to me in the moment, but I was like, man, that's great. If you want to achieve your dream, if you aspire to do great things, you must make sure that your preparations meet your aspirations. Hear me. You must make sure that your preparations match your aspirations. And if your preparations are not at the level of your high aspirations, you will never get there because there's a disconnect. Does everybody understand what I'm saying right here? This is so important. I'm talking about the fact that if you aren't preparing like the best, how can you be the best? Because there's other people out there who are doing that prep work, who are putting that in, who are going to beat you. And that's the reality. All right? So I appreciate Kasim for sending me that. If you guys want your question answered, if you guys want me to play your voicemail for everybody, if you want to be a part of this movement to empower students, send me a voicemail. Get over to studenttransformation.com and send me a voicemail and let me know what's on your mind, what's going on in your life, what are you struggling with, what do you have questions about, and let's get it solved, let's get it fixed, and let's not motivate, let's transform. Right? We're going to transform 1 million students by 2025. Let's get it, guys. Thank you guys for joining me. Meryl, get back to work. You can't be here watching these videos. You got work to do, my medical student. Everyone have a great day. I'll see you guys next time. Today is the day, guys. No more excuses, no more complaining. You're going to take your future in your own hands. You're going to dominate. You're going to be successful. Get to my website, studenttransformation.com. I challenge you. What are you going to do today to make your life better?